Here's a look at the E-mini S&P through the eyes of E-mini Day Trader for Friday, February the 11th, 2011. Going into today, we had mentioned that the 1308 would be considered good support, as well as 1310. And these are market profiles that we're looking at. This is today's profile. This is what occurred overnight, and then this was yesterday or Thursday. So you can see the overnight session going into yesterday's trade hit 1310 on the dot, and just out of coincidence, sort of a curious thing, the exact same low occurred in the overnight session going into today, both at 1310 on the dot. Yesterday, of course, the market dipped a little bit below it after it opened, whereas today it hit on that 10 and then came up and had a much higher open up here around 14 and a half, which is an area that we suggested could act as resistance or support depending on where the market ended up in the overnight session. This is where it closed yesterday. So that 1450 area became an area sort of above or below, if you will, and then either down to 10 or down to 08. So this is an area that the market could stay contained within, and that I'd mentioned yesterday. If it got below 8, it'd be very bearish. Got above 19, be very bullish. Well, opening here and then obviously immediately went up at a very strong day today. So good to see that the up auction is intact. Basically been trading on the long side for gosh, it's almost 5 months or so, since very early in September. So we also like to use the profile from the regular trading hours, and that's what we're looking at right here. And here is our software as we delve into more detail from today. So you can see we had a series of 3 short trades there and just a very late trade which was not taken. And on the long side, you can see that we had a number of up blue arrows here for today. So we did have a slight patch of red in here. When these trades were triggered, it was not red, and we did not take those trades. We were able to get in this first trade. The market never did pull back, but our first trade was off of our second trigger here, and we were still in the trade when this third setup came along. So this is our first trade, number 1, which was entered just here and immediately had a really nice move higher. And so we ended up by easily reaching our first 2 objectives, and I think the profit on the final partial on that one was 1 3/4 points. So a nice profit on that. So the second trade, we tried to get in here. As you can see, this dashed arrow or dashed blue line, dashed horizontal blue line is our entry price off of this trigger here. Just missed it by a tick, unfortunately. So the market rallied up, pulled back, and then we actually were able to get long here, and it did go up and reach our second objective on that trade. So that was our second trade. So we actually had 2 trades today, both of them hitting our first and second objective and being filled on both of them. On the second trade, our final 1/4 position was stopped out at break even, and our final 1/4 position on the first trade had a nice 1 3/4 point gain. So market's been treating us well so far this month. Just to give you a quick recap, after the first couple of weeks, actually 9 days of trading, we've actually been profitable on 12 out of 14 trades. So that's a nice healthy 80, just shy of 86%. So we're pleased that we're able to do that. And our net on this, actually it's gross, I guess, because it's before commission, is 1362 and 50 cents. So and I'm just pointing this out because this is based on 4 contracts. So based on 4 contracts is this amount of money here. So I was talking to an individual the other day, and he was asking me to give him a bit of an idea of what are the basic expectations in using our trading system, our trading methodology, our support, and so forth, our software. And I said that, well, we should be doing around about $2,000 a month per 4 contracts. and it's good to see that we're holding true to that a little bit above the curve so far this month. So um, I think not so much the money factor, but I think what is really we're really quite proud of is that this number right here, 12 out of 14 with 86%. Um, that's and a lot of these trades too. The market does not move far against us. I mean, when you take a look at the two trades, for example, today, we got filled right on the money on that one, and this trade only moved against us a tick. So, our trade types, they really do try and define the auction on a short time frame basis. And then it's up to us to put it into context, us meaning each individual trader, as to whether or not it makes sense to make the trade. And that's, of course, why we have this filter down at the bottom to assist us in what we think is the intraday bias. And then, of course, we're using that to see if we can get confirmation as to what we believe is the interday bias. And of course, today, once that market broke above 19 and changed, as a matter of fact, you can see right in here how it hovered right in that area that we were mentioning yesterday, that it could very well find some resistance at or support, depending on what the market had done overnight. You can see when it rallied up, it hovered there for a while at that area that we anticipated that the market would likely stall. But once it went above it, you can see it really had a nice burst and really rallied from that 19 area all the way up to the 27. Basically stayed within it until late in the day when it actually took out that high. So a nice, the market is moving nicely these days, so it makes it very tradable, and which is not unusual. I mean, our software is fairly finely tuned, and it does pick up kind of extra trades because it follows the intraday auction in a very sensitive way. Um, and so we're pleased with that because we can then use it as the intelligent assistant to take us beyond that and really get a very good sense of the condition of the market and where good support and resistance lies. And then is the market really accepting or rejecting prices at these levels? So that'll be it for today. Any questions or comments, just get a hold of us right here at info@eminidaytrader.com. Always enjoy hearing your questions and comments. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday.